Good. Breathe it in. Really feel your lungs filling up. Feel your rib cage expanding. Opening your collarbone. Hold it at the top for a breath. And then exhale, let it all just go. Melting your spine down. Melting your shoulders away from your ears. 2 more times like that. Just really fill up. Feel the breath moving from the base of your spine all the way to your third eye. And then exhale at the top. Take another deep inhale. And then exhale, let it all go back down. 1 more time like that. Take a deep breath in. Really feel the breath moving up your body, starting to awaken and energize your spine, your core, your heart, your mind. And then exhale, let it all go. Let's join together in 3 ohms to open our practice. Breathing in, keeping your shoulders pulling down, really opening your heart. Sitting as we always do, sitting with a vibration for just a moment, really start to feel your body awaken, maybe like a little tingling sensation as the breath and the ohms start to kind of move throughout every corner of your body. And then keeping your eyes closed, just do 3 shoulder rolls, really scrunch your shoulders way up by your ears, roll them back, feel your collarbone spread, and then just let your shoulders melt down. Good. 2 more times like that, really scrunch up, and then exhale, open your shoulders and let them fall behind you. 1 more time like that. Scrunch it up. Exhale, let it go. Plant your leg, and blink your eyes open. If you're ready to start a playlist, you can use the one in the chat or anyone that you might have in your library. We're going to plant our left hand down. I still can't bend this knee very well. So plant your left hand down. You should be sitting cross-legged. If you can, just take a nice big side stretch up overhead, grounding down through the right sit bone, reaching up overhead. Good, and then take it to the other side. Grounding down, lifting up. Good, and then letting our breath guide us. We're just gonna switch sides on every round of breath, just finding some movement here. So take an inhale, go to the left. Exhale, take it to the right. Inhale to the left. Just let your breath guide you. It might be a different count than mine. Right, finding space in your body and your waist, your rib cage, opening up. Finding length. Good, 1 more round, just take it over to the left. Let your breath guide you over to the right. Good, this time take your arms up overhead, join them in prayer. Spread your fingers nice and wide, so I don't know if you can see me, but I have my palms spread. My fingers are taking up lots of space. Press your palms together, then reach them up overhead, bend your elbows. Take that nice stretch, pressing your head into your thumbs and your thumbs back into your head. Reaching up. Bring awareness to your lower back. Try not to arch it. So really engage your core here. Pull your ribs in toward your body. Good. 1 more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, reach it back up overhead. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms up toward the sky. Pull your shoulders down away. Gaze can move up. But again, try not to pop your ribs out. Really pull them in. Engage your whole core. And as you exhale, start to press your palms forward, drop your chin, stretch down the center of your spine, the center of your back here, really pressing forward, finding a nice lengthening down the back. 1 more breath here. Inhale, take it back up overhead. And as you exhale, bring your hands down, roll over your knees. Start to come into some sort of tabletop position, whatever that is, right? Just move your body, close your eyes here for a moment. Just make some circles with your hips. Do what feels like organic and good for you. Moving in and moving out of these circles. Taking notice of your hands in the mat, right? This is our foundation in many of these poses, right? They're like your tree roots, really pushing you down, grounding you down. Good, then come back to center. Let's just do a few cat-cows. So just check your alignment, make sure your shoulders are right over your wrists, your hips are right over your knees. Fingers are spread nice and wide here. And as you inhale, start to arch your spine, pull your shoulders back, gaze moves up. And as you exhale, press into the mat, tuck your tailbone around your spine, chin tucks in. Inhale, arch, gazes up, really pull your shoulders back, heart moves forward. Exhale, start to round it down. Inhale, one more time, arch it up. And as you exhale, start to round it in. Good, coming back to neutral here. Keep your hands planted in the mat. I just want you might want to move your left knee a little more toward the center for stability. Reach your right leg behind you. Good, think about squaring your hips. Toes are pointing down, gaze is forward. Think about a nice long front body, even though it's on the bottom of the body, right? It's not just about the back here. Really square everything down here. And as you inhale, start to bend your foot up toward the sky. You're gonna bend your knee, sole is toward the sky. And then as you exhale, start to bring your knee toward your upper arm. And then exhale, take it back around, extend it back, straight behind you. Inhale, bend your knee. Exhale, come forward, knee to your upper arm. Exhale, take it back, straighten it back out. One more time, bend that knee. Start to bring your knee toward your upper arm. Good. This time, extend it out to the side. Try to bring your leg parallel to the ground, right? Your inner leg is parallel to the mat. And then as you exhale, let your foot fall down to the mat. Walk your hands up, bring your torso up to stand. Good. So you're centered right over your hips. Start to bring your right hand down your right leg, and you take a nice side bend here. Grounding down, keep that tailbone tucked under. You can bring your right hand down your leg or to the inside or outside of that foot. Try to keep your right toes pointing forward. Show a nice opening in your upper inner hip. One more breath there. And then as you exhale, just take it to the other side. Left hand comes down, take a nice big open side stretch here. Really pressing your hips forward, pulling your heart toward the sky. Exhale. Inhale, come back up overhead. As you exhale, hands come to the mat. Tuck your right knee back under you, and we'll switch sides. Left leg stretches out. Right, find some balance here. If you need to move your right knee more toward the center, that's okay. Really feel your hips nice and square here, right? Like you're resting a bowl of soup on your sacrum. Next, inhale, bend your knee, sole of the foot toward the sky. As you exhale, rotate your knee out and bring it up toward your upper arm. Maybe it's touching, maybe it's not. Exhale, take it back, straighten it out. Inhale, bend that knee. Exhale, pull it around and take it back, straighten it out. Good, this time bend your knee, pull it around to the side. This time as you exhale, straighten your leg out to the side, try to hold it straight out. Woo. One more breath. Good, and then as you exhale, start to let that foot fall down next to you. So your foot is in line with your knee, your left foot is in line with your right knee here. Start to take your right arm up overhead and take a nice side bend, letting your left hand pull down your left leg. Maybe your fingertips come to the inside. Keep pressing through the sole of that left foot. Try not to let your toes turn out. Good. One more breath. Inhale, just switch sides, right hand to the right side. Take a nice big open stretch here. One more breath. Inhale, hands come back up overhead. And as you exhale, hands come to the mat. Left knee returns to tabletop. One more time here, just arch your spine, gazes up. Good, and then start to lift your knees up off the mat. Keep your knees bent again as long as possible. And then start to send your hips up and back slowly to a downward facing dog. Good, when your arms are nice and straight and lengthened, then straighten your legs, drop your heels to the mat. Like a nice first downward facing dog. Pedaling it out here. Just kind of checking where you are. Take notice of your hands, maybe lift your fingers up off the mat. Really feel the palms of your hands, all four corners of the palms of your hands pressing into the mat. And then gently press your fingers back down, right? So your fingers are not like taking all the weight. You should feel a nice lengthening when you lift your fingers up. Inhale here and exhale. Next inhale, roll forward to a plank position. Exhale, bend your knees deeply, send your hips back towards your heels, take it back to downward facing dog, just kind of warming up the spine. Inhale, roll it forward, come high on those toes, suck your belly in, and then exhale, take it back, push back, Straighten those legs. One more time here, high on the toes. Come forward to plank, gaze moves forward. Exhale, bend your knees, try to keep them parallel as you send your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Take that right leg up to the sky, open your hip, roll your ankle a few times, and then start to make those nice big circles that we're hopefully like all craving now that we do them almost daily, right? It's just kind of the ritual. Circling in one direction, then the other. Beautiful. Bring your right leg all the way back up toward the sky. Come high on your left toes here. Micro bend that left knee as you send your chest back. Keep pressing through your palms as you lift your right toes a little higher toward the sky. And as you exhale, roll forward to plank, hug your knee in towards your nose. And as you exhale, place your right foot in between your hands, coming up on fingertips here. Rocking back and forth, trying to soften through the hips. Take notice of that back foot. You probably know if you like, I don't know which is pronation and which is supination, but how you wear your shoes, like if you roll out or roll in, try to compensate that here. Like I roll out a lot, so I try to focus my energy more toward the ball of my big toe here. Really trying to square off that area and lengthen that part of my leg, right, all the way up. Just take notice of where you're sort of naturally going and then maybe try to straighten it out. Make it more parallel. On your next inhale, drop your left knee to the mat. Sweep your arms up toward the sky, Untitled. And as you exhale, hands come down to either side of your front foot. Straighten your front leg, half split here, just for a breath. Inhale, bend into that front knee, reach it out, just letting your breath guide you. You're flowing here, right? Exhale, hands down, straight into half split. Inhale, one more time. Reach it up. This time as you exhale, bring your hands to either side of your front foot. Tuck your back toes under and just take a nice open twist. So your left palm is down on the mat. Your back heel is reaching back as you reach your arm up toward the sky. Gaze moves up and behind you. Nice, easy open twist. Exhale, right hand comes down, step it back to downward facing dog. Left leg reaches for the sky as you inhale. Hold it here. Then bend your knees, stack your hips, really open up to the side. And then start to make those circles. You can start with your ankle or go right to your hips. Just do what you need today. Sending your breath to that hip crease. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Left leg reaches back up toward the sky. Square your hips, come high on those right toes. Gently bend that right knee to send your heart back. Reach your left toes a little bit higher as you press your palms into the mat. And then as you inhale, start to come forward to plank. Hold your knee in toward your nose for just a breath. Exhale, that left foot comes down in between your hands here. Good, come high on your fingertips. Try to press through the back of the right heel. Good, again, noticing where you tend to roll and maybe trying to correct it a little bit. Breathing here, one more breath. Next inhale, drop your right knee to the mat. Sweep those arms up, Anjaneyasana, really open up here. As you exhale, hands come down, straighten your left leg, fold it down. Inhale, bend into your left knee, sweep it up to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, half split. Last time here, inhale, reach it up, really open up your heart, pull your shoulders back. As you exhale, bring your hands down to either side of your front foot. Tuck your right toes, plant your right palm, and then just take that nice open twist. Feel your left hip pulling back and in, maybe opening a little bit on the outer edge of that hip. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down, step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. Maybe bend your knees a little bit and straighten them out. Beautiful. Then we're going to walk, jump, or hop to the top of the mat, landing in yogi squat. Good. You probably know where we're headed here. It's like my favorite pose of late, right? So come into this yogi squat. It's really early, so just get your feet comfortable, rock side to side. Use your elbows to press your knees open if you're ready for that, or keep your hands in prayer. Good. Then if everybody can bring their elbows to the inside of their thighs, press your thighs back and then just start to dive down, right? Taking this little, like a deep dive. Head is taking you down. Hips are sinking. The crown of your head is pulling you down over this beach ball. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath in. Exhale. Next inhale, bring your torso back up. Place your hands on the mat. Start to straighten your legs as you toe heel them together to hips with distance. And just hang here for a moment. Rocking side to side. You can crisscross your hands behind your calves. Do what feels good. And either way, just make sure that you can try to bend your knees and straighten them. Right? Just exploring. One more breath. If you don't have your elbows held, go ahead and grab your opposite elbows here. Let the head hang down in between your arms. Press into your feet, bend your knees deeply, and roll up, keeping your arms like framing your head here. So really roll up, press through your feet, straighten up here. Keep pressing your elbows up and back as you gaze toward the sky. Then inhale, reach your arms up toward the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Take a moment here, close your eyes. Set an intention. Always a good time to think about what we're so grateful for. Beautiful. Let's warm up with a few sun salutation A. So make sure at the top of your mat, toes and heels are touching. As you inhale, really feel your feet pressing into the mat. As you inhale, reach your arms up, palms press. Exhale, fold down over straight legs or gently bend knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Breathe it out. Again, maybe lift your fingers. Really feel your palms pressing into the mat, lengthening your arms, lengthening your side body. And then roll the eyes of those elbows forward. See about the difference, so you make more space for your neck there. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more time, really fill up here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press overhead. Exhale, fold it right back down here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Really press the tops of your feet into the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Good. Press your left hand into the mat. Let's take a little twist here. Really press that palm into the mat. Feel your armpit lift as you take your right hand to the outside of your left leg somewhere between your ankle and your knee. Good. Breathing here. Keep pressing into the mat. Don't let your heart sink. Exhale. Switching sides. Right hand plants into the mat nice and strong. Press the mat away as you take your left hand to the outside of your right leg. Breathing. Exhale. Left hand comes back down, downward facing dog. One more time, breathe in. Exhale, bend those knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Hooking your thumbs out in front of you as you inhale, reach up, look up, arch back, tuck that tail, pull your ribs in. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold down over straight legs. Inhale, hands come to the mat, step your right foot back to a lunge. Gaze is forward, heart is lifted. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower down chaturanga, gaze is ahead of you. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Really send your chest to the sky. Squeeze your arms into your ribcage. Inhale, slide it forward to low cobra. Hold it here. Press your feet and hip bones into the mat. Lift your palms up off the mat, even a millimeter. Press your feet into the mat. Lift your heart for one more breath. Pull your shoulders back. Exhale, plant your palms. Push it back, seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward to a lunge. Exhale, left foot steps forward, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook them to reach up, look up, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold it down. Inhale, hands to the mat, left foot steps back, lunge, gaze forward. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Squeeze it in. Inhale, forward, low cobra. Good, hold it here. Press those feet and the hips back down. Lift the palms up off the mat. And inhale, reach your arms forward. Lift them up by your ears. And exhale, pull back, bend your elbows. Inhale, reach, keep lifting your heart. Exhale, pull. One more time, inhale. Exhale, pull it back, plant your palms, push it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward to a lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook them, reach up, look up, arch it back. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold it down. Inhale, hands to the mat. Right foot steps back to a lunge, listen up. Exhale, left leg sweeps up to three-legged dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank, hug your knee in towards your chest. Exhale, take it back, three-legged dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, plant your feet into the mat, reach up to high lunge. Hold it here. Really feel your outer hips squeezing in. Your back heel is pressing back, you're high on those back toes. Tuck your tail, maybe bend your back knee for a second to tuck your tail, really lengthen your front body here, then straighten it back up. One more breath. Inhale, hands come to heart center, engage your core, start to tip your heart forward. Make your way into warrior three. Ooh. Good, pressing through that bottom foot. Maybe bending that bottom knee for a second while you get your balance. Engage your core while you have that space and then straighten it back out as you pull your heart forward. One more breath. Good, as you exhale, bring your hands down right under your shoulders. Good, so you're kind of making a little box or a triangle, I guess, with your foot and your hands. Good. As you inhale, like turn your back toes down, reach your heart forward, gaze is forward. And then as you exhale, round in your knee toward your nose, really pressing into the mat to find space in your spine. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, pull it forward. Inhale, reach it back, good. For one breath, walk your hands back to standing split. And as you exhale, gently let your right foot float to the back of the mat. Exhale, left foot steps back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide it forward, low cobra. Exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward to a lunge. Plant your left hand into the mat, open up, good. And then I want you to come to the outer edge of both of your feet, good. So the pinky toe side of your feet are pressing into the mat. Let your hips sink as you reach your arm up over your ear. And then exhale, press into those outer edges of your feet. Lift your hips, pull your arm back, knees moves back. Inhale, take it back up overhead as your hips drop. Exhale, press to let it open up the side of your hip. One more time, inhale, sink those hips. Exhale, lift them up. Toes come back to facing forward. Plant your hand in the mat. Step your left foot forward, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, look up, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold it down. Inhale, hands to the mat. Left foot steps back to a lunge. Exhale, right foot sweeps up, three-legged dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Just hug it in for a breath. Squeeze your knee in. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, come bring your right foot in between your hands. Rise up to high lunge. Hold it here. Feel nice and strong. All your toes are facing forward. Your back heel is just up on top of your toes here, pressing back. Maybe bend that back knee a tiny bit to straighten your torso. Take the arch out of your spine and gaze up. One more breath, sink a little bit lower. And then as you inhale, hands come to heart center. Really engage that core, start to tip forward. Make your way into warrior three. Good. Think about squaring your hips by squeezing the outer hips in, right? And your left pinky toe is dialing down toward the floor. Good, one more breath. As you exhale, hands come down right under your shoulders, so not too close to your foot. Take an inhale here, really press your hands into the mat to lengthen your torso, gaze moves forward. Exhale, round it in, pull that knee in towards your chest or your nose. Inhale, take it back out. Exhale, pull it in, use your core. Inhale, good. Stretch it out. And then start to walk your hands back towards your standing leg, reaching it up for a breath and standing split. Inhale here. As you exhale, let your left foot float to the back of the mat. Step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide it forward, low cobra. Exhale, push it back, seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward to the lunge. Take this nice twist, really find your footing here. Feel your feet in the mat. And then start to roll to the outer edges of both of your feet here. This time we'll switch it. We'll drop our hips and reach back. Good, and then press into the outer edges of those feet to lift your hips and take your arms up overhead. Exhale, reach it back. Really use your feet here. Press into the mat to lift your hips. Exhale, let it go back. Last time here, inhale, take it up, let your hand keep coming up overhead. Toes start to face toward the front of the mat. Inhale, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook, thumbs reach up, look up, arch back. Exhale, hands come to the side, Tadasana. Good, take a moment here, reset. That was a long standing series, good. Breathing in, breathing out. Right, just checking in. No judgment, just check in. It's beautiful. Back at the top of the mat, toes and heels are touching. As you inhale, bend your knees deeply. You come up to Utkatasana. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're just going to take a quick twist to the right. So hook your left arm to the outside of your right thigh. Press your palms together here. Let your hips sink deep and even. Good. Let your gaze move up over your right shoulder. You can open your arms here. You're welcome to take an arm balance. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. Keep sinking your hips if you're in the Utkatasana. Twist. 1 more breath. Good. Inhale, stay low. Come back to center Utkatasana. Exhale, take it to the other side. Really use your palms as a tool. Press them together and think about pulling your heart toward your thumb as your elbows stack one on top of the other, right? Pull that left shoulder down away from your ear. Twist up a little higher. Your version. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Come back to center just for a breath of Utkatasana. Exhale. Fold it down to Uttanasana. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. Step or jump back. Lowering down. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, rise up to warrior 1. Exhale, open it up to warrior 2. Good, inhale, press into that front foot. You can leave it for a nice long triangle or shorten your stance wherever you're comfortable. And then inhale, just take it into a nice triangle. Good. Think about like your hip crease staying nice and open here. Like there's a grape in there that you don't want to crush. So keep pressing into that front leg. Lifting your torso away from the ground. Stack your hips. Right, so it's like you're a piece of toast in a slot toaster here. So think about your shoulders being stacked, your hips being stacked. Don't forget about that back foot. Really press into that foot to open your side body. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to take your left arm over your left ear, reaching forward. Keep opening your heart. Don't let it sink. 1 more breath. Maybe take your right hand to meet it. Up overhead. Keep twisting. Take your gaze up. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up to stand. Hands come to your waist. Right toes move to the side of your mat. Inhale, press into your hips, open your spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Release your hands down to the mat. Good. This time before we do anything, any headstands or anything, I want you to start to walk your hands forward, right? So it's like straddle down dog here. You can come up on fingertips or press your palms into the mat.
Toes are all facing in the same direction here. Keep pressing your hips back. Good, and then maybe bend into your knees a little bit. Sometimes we do this like standing with our torso parallel to the mat, but see how it feels here. Try to get the weight into your heels, right? As you press your hips back, micro bend those knees. Open up the insides of your legs here. Good, one more breath. Inhale, walk your hands back towards center. Then I want you to bend into your left knee here. Again, try to keep your toes all facing the same direction. You might not go down as low as if you turn your toes out or pull your right toes up toward the sky. Good, try to see how that feels, really pressing into the outer edge of that right foot, opening up hopefully the inner right leg there. Good, gaze is forward, heart is up. And then switch sides, sorry about the dog. Good, again, toes forward. I don't know about you guys, but I always feel the difference between my legs here, right? How flexible. My left side is so much tighter than my right side. Good. Squaring toward the side of the mat. One more breath. Good. As you exhale, start to walk your hands toward the top of the mat to either side of your front foot. Your back heel is up. As you exhale, just step it back, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step that left foot forward. Rise up to warrior one. Press through the back of your foot to square your hips. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Inhale, press into your foot to straighten your leg. And again, set up your feet where you're comfortable. As you inhale, reach forward. Think about lengthen your left side body. And then exhale, take it into triangle pose. See what happens when you micro bend that left knee. Maybe you can stack your hips, open them up a little more, and then straighten back into it. Inhale here. Exhale, beautiful guys. Carrie, try to open your hips a little more. Bend into that front knee a tiny bit, and then peel your hips open, and then straighten it back out. Good, there you go. If I was there, I'd be pulling you. And Heather, I'd be cracking your hips. Good, one more breath. Next inhale, take your right arm over your ears. Reach forward for just a breath. Left arm comes up to meet it. Keep opening your heart. And then inhale, come all the way up to stand again. You're facing the side of your mat. All toes to the other side. Good. This time, take your hands behind your back. Press into your feet to open your heart. And then exhale, start to fold forward. Good. Take a pause here before your hands start to descend behind you. Really pull your knuckles up toward the sky, your shoulders away from your ears. And with that space, then start to pull them up overhead a little bit more. Breathe. Again, take notice of your feet here. Maybe bend into your knees a little bit, fold a little deeper, and then straighten it back out. One more breath here. Next, inhale, release your hands, just come halfway up. Good. Your hands are right in front of you. We're going to take a different form of Skandasana. This time you can turn your left toes out as you move toward the left side. Good. I want you to bring your right, I don't know if you can see it, your right heel into the mat, lift your right toes up. Good, and then use your left arm to open your hip here. You can even take your right hand to the inside of your right thigh. Good. Stay here if it's comfortable, or you can start to walk your hands forward, feeling some nice length in your spine. Whew. Then start to plant your right toes into the mat. Good, switch it around. Take your left toes up toward the sky. Really sink your right hip down. Maybe walk it forward. Good. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Start to bend into your front knee. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale here. As you exhale, step your right foot forward, rise up to warrior one. Pause here for a moment, really press that outer edge of your left foot into the mat. Pull your left hip forward. Tuck your tailbone down. And then as you exhale, start to bring your hands to your lower back. Pull your knuckles down as you open your heart. And then exhale, start to pull yourself forward and then down. Good. Keep thinking about lifting your hips. Like the inseam of your back leg, that's like lifting your hips up, right? Use the power from the bottom up. Pull your right hip back and in, squaring forward a little bit more, trying to sort of keep yourself in a little boundary. One more breath. Whew. As you exhale, come halfway up. Left hand comes to the mat. Come to your left toes here. Take a nice open twist. And then start to make your way to Bashistasana. So you can do any version. If you're opening your foot up to the sky, you're holding onto your toe, I would challenge you to start in the lunge with the toe hold and then bring it all the way up. Good. Nice and slow. Every breath takes you a little further. Right? And only move your gaze as you have the balance. Beautiful, guys. One more breath. As you exhale, come down to plank, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, rise it up. Really feel the right foot pressing into the mat. Sinking your hips, but then tuck your right tailbone down toward your right heel. Maybe find some opening in your right front hip. Exhale, hands come to your lower back. Really think about yourself making space here. You lift your heart. And then exhale, pull forward, and then let your head sink down toward the mat. Coming into humble warrior. Press into those feet. Left hip moves back and in. One more breath here. Whew. As you exhale, bring your left hand to the mat, spin up onto your right hand to the mat, spin up on your right toes, take the twist. And then make your way into Bashistasana. Good. Opening up. Wherever you are, you're pressing your foot into the mat, lifting your hips. Most important. One more breath. As you exhale, left hand comes down, come to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's bring our knees down to the mat for just a few breaths. Child's pose, let's reset here. You can make it active or passive, but let your hips sink. Good, then walk your torso up just a tiny bit. Since I know this crowd, we're gonna start to head our way into frog. Sorry, but we've been doing a lot of inner hip stuff. So just make sure you have space and do what's comfortable for your knees. I like to be on like a slippery surface so my knees can move out and not get stuck, but it's all up to you. Good, kind of make your way there. Every breath will take you a little bit deeper. Good, Carrie, flex those feet, right? I know we're doing a lot of pointing these days, but like this time I want you to flex them. I want all right angles. Heather, try to move your calf a little more out on your right side. There you go. So it's right under your knee. So your heel and your knee are aligned. Good. All right angles here. Catherine, I can only see you from the front, but you look good. All right. I know no one's comfortable, but I want you to think about pressing your inner knees into the mat and think about pulling your knees in toward the midline. They won't move, but pull the energy that way. Like really engage that inner thigh here. Pull it in. Pull, pull, pull as you press those inner knees down, and then exhale, whew, let it all go. It makes the pose a little bit better after you let that engagement go. Breathing here, about 10 more seconds. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more breath. Beautiful. As you inhale, start to make your way out of it. There's not really a graceful way to do it. Make your way back to child's pose for just a breath. And then from child's pose, I want you to make your way into a forearm plank. So it takes a couple breaths to set it up because you want to make sure that your toes are right under your ankles and that your elbows are right under your shoulders here. Okay, feel like you're squeezing a block in between your legs. Pull your heart forward, keep pressing into your forearms, not letting your heart sink. Tailbone is moving down towards your heels. Good. Breathe it here. And then either stay here or start to walk your feet in towards your elbows, coming to this forearm dog or dolphin pose. Good, I'll keep going. You just stop where you are, where it feels good and challenging, and let your breath guide you through it, right? Continuing to press into the mat with your forearms. Feel your armpits lifting up away from the mat. Good, maybe bend one knee and then the other. Just opening up here in a different way. And then either stay here, take your right leg up toward the sky, and move your gaze forward in between your arms. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left leg reaches for the sky. Exhale, bring it down. Let's take a break. Whew. Knees down, take a breath in child's pose. And then start to make your way back to dolphin pose again. Pressing your forearms are parallel, so make sure they're nice and strong in the mat. Coming right off of your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, walk it in. Good. This time bend both your knees as you send your chest back. One more opening in those triceps here. And then you can do one of the versions we did before. You can work on Pincha Mayurasana, forearm stand here. Or if you want to try something a little bit for your core, you can reach your right leg up toward the sky and hug it in toward your knee. You really use your core to squeeze in, and then exhale, take it back. Switch legs. A few to each side here, right? You know what you need. Beautiful, guys. Gorgeous. And when you're done, just come down to child's pose again. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. From your child's pose, just slide yourself forward onto your belly. Send your right, let's start on the left side so you can see me. I want you to send your left arm straight out to the side, straight out from your shoulder here to the side. Palm is facing down. And then start to roll over the left side of your body, opening your chest, right? Taking your right arm back. Good, as it's comfortable. You can use your right leg to kind of ground you here. Start to reach, think about bringing the backs of your hands together. The opening is in the left front shoulder, which should feel good after pinch up. And then come back through center. Good, stretch your right arm out to the side. Make sure it's coming directly out from your shoulder. Start to press into your left hand as you roll your torso toward the side and then open toward the sky. Left arm reaches up and back. Keep pressing into that right shoulder, right? Opening up, feel the collarbone kind of opening up here, lengthening as from side to side. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Hands come to your rib cage. Press it back to downward facing dog. Inhaling here and exhaling. On your next inhale, send your right leg all the way up toward the sky, three-legged dog. Good, in yogi's choice here, you can either come into pigeon pose, bringing your right knee behind your right elbow, or you can come into fuller half split here. Good, so I'm gonna take split because I can't do pigeon right now, but you can do whatever you need, right? If you need more of like a quad and hamstring stretch, take it into a version of split. If you need more of a hip stretch, take it into pigeon. Whichever one you're in, you're gonna walk your hands back towards your hips and lift your torso first. And then exhale, start to fold down if you're coming into splits or pigeon, right? Again, check in with that back foot. Make sure it's not rolling in or rolling out. Try to bring the weight evenly. Good, one more breath, two more breaths here. Everyone walk your torso back off like you're folded over. Tuck your back toes and we'll all meet back in downward, actually in three-legged dog. So bring that right leg all the way back up toward the sky. And then as you exhale, start to come forward to plank. Bring your right hand to the outside of the mat so that both hands are on the inside of your right foot here. Moving toward lizard, our hips should be nice and open now. Good, staying up on your toes in the bag. You can drop your back knee. Kind of do what feels good. Rock back and forth. Try to soften through the hips. Good, then either staying with your arms straight or coming down onto your forearms. I think we did this the other day. I want you to nuzzle your shoulder right inside your right knee there, right? So really squeeze it in. Think about like them attaching. And then take a moment here, press into that right foot, squeeze into the midline with your leg, with your inner leg here, squeezing in toward your shoulder. Hold it here, really engage. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, start to roll your foot out to the side, making your way into galaxy pose if you want to. Taking your right hand to the inside of your right leg, start to open your heart to the side. Twisting up, gaze starts to move up. And then if you'd like to take the bind, there are two options. You can grab the back foot and then start to kick your foot back, opening your shoulder as you straighten your arm, gaze moves back. Or you can bring your heel in towards your seat. And if you're doing that, you can try this. You can open your heart to the side here and really twist open. And then see what happens when you keep pulling that heel in, but square your chest down toward the mat. Right? Different parts of your body, different parts of your thigh, you should feel stretching out your hip. One more breath. Good. As you exhale, release the bind if you have it. Palms plant into the mat. Step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Inhale that left leg up to the sky. And whatever you did on the other side, pigeon or half split or full split, start to make your way there now. Good. Always moving with intention here. So setting it up, taking the extra breath, no rush. Always be moving with integrity. Good. Wherever you are, just walk your torso up, lift your heart, and then exhale, fold it down. Breathing here. Right? Trying to keep your left leg really active. Even though it's like straightened out, you can micro bend it. Just play around a little bit here. 2 more breaths. Good, and then wherever you are, start to lift your torso back up. We'll meet back in 3-legged dog. So make your way there, sweep your left leg up toward the sky. And as you exhale, come forward, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. You can scoot your both hands to the middle. Good. Coming high on those toes for just a second, noticing the rolling in or the rolling out. Usually where it feels tighter is the opposite of what you normally do, right? Just notice, be aware. Good, and then you can come down. Oh, we're gonna do the squeeze. So either staying on your palms or bringing your forearms down to the mat. Your left arm is gonna be on the inside, right? And you're squeezing your left knee in towards your left arm. Really active here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more breath here. Hold it, engage. And then as you exhale, start to let your knee roll out to the side. You come to the outer edge of that left foot. You can use your hand to press your heart open away from your knee. Maybe taking the bind here. And just play around here. See what the difference is, right? Opening up your shoulder by pressing your foot back. Maybe pulling your heel in towards your seat and twisting your heart open. Maybe pulling your heart down toward the mat. Always being mindful of your knees, like these should be challenging, but nothing should hurt. One more breath. If you have the bind, release it. Plant your hands into the mat. Step it back to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to step, walk, or jump to seated on the mat. Extend your legs out in front of you. Tuck your tail. Actually, let's do it with knees bent. I think we did this maybe in someone's class the other day. It was nice. So really feel your belly scooping out, right? Bend your knees, squeeze them together. Start to roll yourself down. Maybe you can, with my knees bent, I don't know, I feel a little more access to my belly, my abdomen. Maybe you feel it, maybe you don't, right? Just suggestions. Roll all the way down. Oh. Start to make your way into shoulder stand here. Or waterfall. Beautiful. Right, shinning your shoulders in a little closer up. Your palms are spread nice and wide for lots of support. And then think about tucking your tailbone up towards your heels as your legs squeeze in. Beautiful, Catherine. Here, try to bring your legs a little bit more like toward the back. I don't know which way. No, the other way. There you go. Yeah, stacking them higher, reaching your toes up toward the sky. Beautiful. One more breath here.
And then as you exhale, start to let those legs fall behind you, coming into plow pose. Breathing it in and breathing it out. Bring your knees to either side of your head. Right? Get the sensation of like heavy calves. I don't know how else to describe it. Heavy shins. Like really let your legs pull you a little bit deeper. Good. And straighten your legs back out. Start to roll yourself all the way back down. Good, and then with your legs extended out in front of you, you're laying on your back. Just let your left leg extend nice and long. Bring your right knee in towards your chest and really give it a nice hug. Again, I know we're stretching on the right side, we're pulling it in, but think about the left leg, right? Think about your toes, maybe take a peek down. Make sure your leg is like not rolling in or rolling out. Your toes are all facing forward. Really activate that left side. Keep pulling your toes down away from you. Keep hugging your right knee in. And then as you inhale, start to straighten your right leg, taking a nice stretch here. Pointing your toes, flexing your toes. And then grab the outer edge of your right foot with your right hand. Just take a nice stretch here. Let your leg fall out to the side. Really think about, if you're holding the outside of your foot, think about pressing the ball of your big toe even further, right? Past your grip. Keep pressing the left leg down into the mat, finding a nice opening here. Across the whole front of your hips. Good, inhale, take it back to center, just switch sides here. Again, we can probably all drop our foot to the side, but I want you to keep your shoulders glued into the mat. And really keep, like your foot might not fall as far, but really think about keeping your right shoulder glued into the mat and then pulling your foot away from it. Finding a nice opening here in the outer right hip. Good. Inhale, come back up. Let your right leg come back down to the mat. Hug your left knee in. Good, point that right toes. Really pull that leg nice and long as you hug your left knee in. And then start to straighten the leg. Take a nice stretch all the way up your hamstring. Point your toes, flex your toes, roll your ankle a little bit. Then grab the outside of your left foot with your left hand. Right arm extends out to the side. Keep those shoulders glued down to the mat as you let your left leg open out to the side. Keep your right leg stretching down away from you. Good. One more breath here. Next inhale, come back to center. Switch sides. Grab the outside of your foot with your right hand. Pulling it over to the side, but really it's almost like you're trying to keep both hips actually down. So your leg's not going to move a lot, but you should feel a lot of stretch. One more breath. Good. Inhale, come back up. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Let's do one nice forward stretch, so rock and roll the length of your mat. Come back to seated, extend your legs out in front of you. Round your sit bones, reach your arms up toward the sky, shoulders pull down, engage that whole front body, and then exhale, start to pull yourself forward, and then let your chest melt down over your legs. Keeping your legs active here, squeezing into the midline. Again, just look at your feet. Are they rolling in? Are they rolling out? Right? These are just the little quirks that kind of set up our practice and things to work on. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, bring your torso back up. Arms reach out in front of you. Lower belly in. Navel up towards your heart here as you roll yourself all the way down. Good. Setting up for a little fish pose here to just open up our hearts at the end. So you're going to pressure your forearms into the mat. You're going to pull your elbows down towards your hips. Let your head drop as your collarbone opens. And then 3 times, just do a nice big dragon's breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. 2 more times like that. Really fill up. Exhale, let it go. Last time in. Exhale, let it go. Good. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. If there's anything you'd like to do to complete your practice, we didn't get to many back bending things today, or we didn't do our signature straddle. So if there's anything that you need to get your practice complete for the day, now's the time. Otherwise, start to make your way to Shavasana. Letting your body sink into the earth, letting the earth hold you. Slowly start to bring awareness back to your inhales and your exhales. Bring small movements to your body. Rock your head gently side to side. Taking a deep inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Take a nice full body stretch like you're just waking up for the first time, and reach your toes in the opposite direction. And as you exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Pausing there. And with your eyes remaining gently closed, come back to a seated position on your mat. Checking in, rolling your shoulders up by your ears, letting them melt down your spine. And always checking in and noticing the difference of all of this beautiful energy we've created. It's really amazing. We start and finish in the same place, but things are so different, right? So just honor that, right? We're so lucky to be able to do this. So honor that energy, share that energy, and just breathe. We'll finish together with Loka Samasta, breathing in, filling up. Loka Samasta, Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta, Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta, Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your hands together at heart center, bow your chin in towards your chest. Thank yourself, celebrate yourself, honor yourself, and always know that the true teacher lies right within you. Bring your prayer to your third eye, sealing in the practice, sealing in the energy. Forward together. Namaste. Thank you, guys.